Good morning, and we are on an adventure today, biking adventure. So we're in South Dakota near Hill City, Mount Rushmore, and we've been here for over a week, but I have not been. I actually went back home to Wisconsin. I had a niece's wedding to go to that was absolutely beautiful, and then I got a chance to see my mom again, and my daughter and her family moved back to Wisconsin about a month ago. So anyways, they're back in Milwaukee, so I got to see them too. It was fantastic. Mark has been on his own here in South Dakota, but we do have our friends Pat and Paul. You've seen them. Brian and Linda, they've been in a lot of videos too. They're here. Today is, and that's kind of cool to have friends meet up like this from all over. So today is actually getting on the Mickelson bike trail again. We love that trail 4 years ago. So we're going to kind of ride a few different areas too. Whoa, Mark walks by with no words. I thought for sure he's coming up on me like,
Let's take a ride. I've got the perfect place in mind. We've got an hour or so to hide. Montenegro, love of mine. Just one more bed. Let's find a brook or stream, my friend.
yeah.
You're doing such a good job vlogging. I want to apologize for every single bike ride that we go on. I have the same shirt on. I do wash it in between. The thing
does.
is that I'm the most visible here.
All right, we got that settled. So anyways, we're hitting the Mickelson Trail today and check out some new areas that I have not seen yet. So here we go. One of the nice things about staying at Rafter J Bar Ranch is its location to so many places, including the Mickelson Trail that goes right by it.
I told you that truck was going to do that.
Terrible guys.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for us at this time, they were doing some maintenance work with crushed limestone, but it didn't go on for too long.
Well, there's an exciting beginning.
We're thinking that maybe the worst part's over.
Today we're heading into Custer on the trail, and then we'll take a 3-mile spur that connects the Mickelson Trail to Stockade Lake. The Mickelson Trail was originally the Burlington Northern Line that carried trains from Edgemont, stretching 109 miles to the northern Black Hills and the gold mines of Deadwood area. The original tract was abandoned in 1983, but then a group of people recognized the trail's potential, and with the support of Governor George Mickelson, it became the state's first Rails to Trails project, which was completed in 1998. I'd like to take a moment here just to talk about how we find our bike trails. We love the TrailLink app. We're not an affiliate or sponsored by them. We just really like using their app. So one nice thing is when you go to search, you can plug in your location. And if you know the name of the trail, go ahead and plug that in too. So you can see it brought it up along with the Custer State one. So we're going to go to the Mickelson Trail. So many things about this app that I really like. So we're here, and it does give you a description of it. If you hit this arrow to the right, it gives you a lot of information. But if you don't need all that, just getting the basic stuff, like the length is 109 miles. The type of trail is a rail to trail, which means it's probably going to be no more than 3% grade when you are on some kind of incline. And the surface is crushed stone. And the activities actually show you all the different things you can use this trail for. But then down further, you can see the view trail map. And this is really cool because it actually shows where it starts up in Deadwood and where it ends way down in Edgemont. But because this is 109 miles, you're most likely not going to do that in one run. So it does show where all the different trailheads are. And what's even cooler, if you zoom in on some of these icons, you can see they're layered up. But you can see that this particular trailhead also has a restroom. And it also has parking. So if you're trying to find this particular trailhead, just hit the I, and it's going to load the map of where you're located. If anybody recognizes that, that's National Indoor RV Center in near Atlanta, Georgia. So you can see from where we are near Atlanta, it's going to take us about 23.5 hours to drive to that particular trailhead. But anyways, if we were in the area, it would show us exactly where we're going. So back to this. When you're on this long trail, like I said, it is nice to know where your trailheads are with your restroom, with your parking, but also some of them actually have drinking water at them. That's a handy thing to know. But a nice thing on this trail, it's got 3 different tunnels on it. So if you keep going down, you can see here's one of them. And then if you look over here, there's another one. So if you want to hit the tunnels, you probably want to start at the Mystic Trailhead because there's actually 3 tunnels nearby.
Thank you.
So here we are right next to Highway 16, and there actually is a path that says welcome. And it also has a sign that says Crazy Horse this way. So we just came through this tunnel, and it's like if you're coming from that direction, you really need to stop and turn around. This is so cool. To get a good view of Crazy Horse right from the Mickelson Trail. You know, as Mark was saying, this trail gives you so many different things to look at. So we're taking our time to enjoy the view. So here we are on our first official stop. That's not just for photography. They do have a outhouse there. All right. So we're on the mountain trailhead, 49.6 miles. And that's up from Edgemont. So you can see we've done about, I think it's about maybe 3 miles south of Hill City. And then we're heading towards Custer State Park. These maps are at every trailhead and they're really nice. But you also can get them online if you want to plan your trip ahead of time.
Sue, we're ready to go.
I was luxuriating in there, having a good time. I missed my newspaper though. Oh God, Mark. And like most times, this just doesn't capture the beauty. There's Paul. He's like Mark. He analyzes everything. Mark is getting philosophical
About the absolute privilege and blessing to be able to be full-time RV and to be able to continually, transport yourself to places like this so you can do things like this and appreciate it and, wake up every day and, like Paul, go for a walk to keep all the bones lubricated and everything.
Right.
So when I'm in Florida, it's going to be his personal responsibility to drag me out for a walk every day.
Oh, that would be nice.
Well,
Take it off my
shoulders. We can solve all the world's problems talking.
We'll have the world's problems solved before most people are having breakfast.
Right. And at noon, we'll type them up and we'll send them into Washington.
Poor Willow. Didn't make it in the selfie photo, but here you go. It's all about you, Missy. This part of the trail also has a horse trail crossing. There's just so many cool things to see. And once we got to Custer, we picked up the Custer State Park spur to Stockade Lake. A great place to stop for lunch. And you can see it took us about 17 miles to get to Stockade Lake, and with all our stops, it was a little over 2 hours. Stockade Lake, look at how beautiful it is. We've got a bridge that goes over, we went over that. We got our own little personal area. Once we were done with lunch, we headed back to the RV park. We rode about 34 miles in a little over 4 hours with all our stops. And we did a lot of stops to enjoy the views. So today we're actually starting at the Pringle Trailhead, and we're heading down to the mini Kata, I think they call it, Trailhead. It's about 15-ish miles. But one thing I want to point out is at their trailheads, they do have maps, you know, like that, but they also, you can get this too. This is fantastic. This has just the whole thing, 109 miles of it. And also one thing I do want to point out too is that you do need to have a pass. So you want to pay your fee and put it in the deposit down here. And well worth it. This trail is so well maintained, as we saw before, laying down more crushed gravel and stuff. So we are more than happy to support it, paying the fee. And not every trailhead, but a lot of them do have shelters, water, and on the other side back there, there's toilets. So it's a nice trail. It's a nice trail. Here we go, ready for the ride.
Yeah, we didn't turn our helmets on.
And there goes Paul without us. You better get going, her. Do you remember how to turn them on?
Nope.
We have these helmets that are fantastic. They've got a microphone and a headset here, so we actually can talk to each other. And you can easily turn them off, too, if you don't want to listen to the other person.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing. This bike sculpture started in the 1980s, and it's in Pringle, South Dakota. The woman who owns the land that the sculpture sits on remembers when this whole project started. She said her husband owned a repair shop years ago. When bicycles were broken, people would leave them there. Soon enough, a pile of bikes formed outside.
When you think about it, someday our bike could end up here.
You know, they all started out brand new.
Let's check if we find any e-bikes.
And she said that it just continues, and they changed the location so that it could be a little bit closer to the Mickelson Trail, where there's a lot more people that would enjoy it. Somebody made this frame and made it official. It is not a pile of bikes. It is not a pile of junk. It's sculptural. And look at this. You get a pleasant little walk through. The whole sculpture consists of donated bikes from people around the world, some of them much older than others. Did you find a bike you like, Paul?
Yeah, I'm looking for parts.
I'm looking for parts. Why not?
You know, you laugh, but I'm sure people have come in here and go, you know, I need a new pedal. They come in and they snag the pedal.
Small stuff, yeah. Actually, they do encourage you to drop off bikes you don't want anymore. And if you do see a part that you want, go ahead and take it. Truly is a graveyard for bikes that are no longer needed. Grasshoppers like it.
Wow.
What you can do with junk.
Well, and how did it start, and What was the core? Did they start with a core of 200 bikes? And like if I want to throw mine in there, where do I put it?
You add on to the end, I'm guessing. So that would be interesting. Where are the newer looking bikes?
Yeah.
Well, we got a separate pile here. You can just start off in another pile.
You know, like somebody that's got a bike and they go, you know, I'm having trouble with my shock. Look at this.
Ooh.
You just come here, you bring an Allen wrench, you snag the adjustable shock, you're in business.
That's still pretty shiny new,
Yeah.
too. Look at the bike way up on top.
And you know what? I think I just figured out what this is. This is a trap for tourists. Because right now, as we speak, Paul's, Pat's, mine, and Sue's bike is being stolen.
Oh no, that could be.
Oh my God, how am I supposed to go through here?
Oh yeah. It's part of your exercise for the day. Oh my gosh, look at how they... It's almost scary if it's not supported right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so proud of you, Mark. You did.
I made it.
Oh. Whew, made it.
Yeah. Something tells me this is not OSHA approved.
Well, I'm sure that what we're doing is not OSHA approved.
Yeah.
There you go. You did it, Pat. Don't pull on anything.
Well,
Mark, don't. You're
I'm
going to
trying-
start an avalanche.
I'm trying to understand structurally how this is interlocked.
They're all wired together here with this wire. There was a big roll of wire laying on the grass back there.
Oh, really?
And here's the wire that, and they just,
So
wherever they,
Oh my God.
Oh, sure.
somebody's gone to great pains to wire this
Weave
stuff
it up
Wow.
together.
Oh, well.
Well, let's ride the heck out of our bikes and maybe they'll end up in here by the end of the day.
Oh, God. I hope
I've
not.
got lots of places to go yet.
That's right. Keep them going.
So we're in Pringle, South Dakota, and sometimes when you want to attract tourists, you have to have a gimmick. So we just videotaped the gimmick where all the bikes are conglomerated together, and I'm sure if Sue's doing this video, she'll tell you a little bit what the history is. But like if you go to Nebraska or it's Texas and or New Mexico, they have things like Stonehenge or Carhenge, where the Cadillacs are sticking up out of the ground. And I just, want to give South Dakota Pringle a little bit of a kudos for their version of it. And granted, it's a little bit small right now, but it's going to be pretty good once it's done. I was talking to the people that were working on this, and they're looking for a used Dutch Star. It's going to come straight. It's going to be right in the middle. It'll be, like the center point.
You volunteer yours?
Well, if we drive around it long enough, it'll be a candidate. Above the ground. As the area was mined, the cistern became visible. Turn around and see if you can spot this early cistern.
There are also 35 interpretive signs along the trail, so watch for the remains of old cabins and ghost mines like this Black Hills Lime Company and their water cistern. There's a lot of history to be seen here.
So we're on the Mickelson Trail, and we just wanted to stop briefly to show you, if you're gutsy enough, look at the awesome spot some people get. Don't even know where we are anymore. They drove all the way there. I hope they have coach net in case they can't get out. And if they want to get rid of their gray, they'd have a pipe that would go all the way down to here. Yeah. They'd have like 60 sections to put together.
And after about 17 miles, we finally reached the mini Kata Trailhead. So we stopped at the Trailhead and had our lunch, and we're doing a little observation on our seats. We have a group of high school students just coming through here. They're doing the whole trail. That's an awesome class trip. But we're looking at the seats. If I show you that seat, and then I show you these seats.
These are the adult versions.
And then we go over here. Which ones do you think are written by the high school group? How the heck does anybody sit on that? Wow. What you doing there, Chan Man?
Well, I was contemplating life,
Excellent.
but I want to show you something.
Well, I just did the seats.
Oh, I was going to say, you can tell you're getting old. When the seat's so small, at first when you look at it, you think it's a postage stamp. one of the problems of leaving the engineering section of the OJiM channel to Sue when I'm disposed going to the bathroom is she misses the most important thing. She talks about the seats, yet she didn't talk about our cushioning mechanism here.
Oh, wow.
And you can see we have the piston here and this linkage, and this is one company here. You can see it on screen. Let's go and look at Pat and Paul's. See, they have one here like that.
Ah, so it's not just the seat.
Right.
All right, we're really old. All right, compared to that, oh my God, that just looks painful. Wow. And we continued back to the Pringle Trailhead and ended our 33.46 mile day relaxing with a cookout.
One of the pro tips on how to afford a Dutch Star: you don't buy the inserts for your Weber grill. You make them. And if you do that for 14,000 years, you can afford a down payment on a Dutch Star.
Oh, we're learning from the pro here?
Yes. Except the timer, you took the timer away.
I said you had 1 minute, so I thought you were counting in your head.
Oh, Jesus.
Mark.
Okay, so I put the cheese on right before I'm going to take
Shut
them
it
off.
all off.
Shut it off. Low.
Goes the other way.
You won't believe it. We can't find
I'll figure my own
this
grill out. It's been 4 years.
Another good morning in Hill City, South Dakota. So we're on another bike ride today, but I did have to come out and show you what's going on in the mountains. It's beautiful. All right, we made it to the Mystic Trailhead on the Mickelson Trail, and this is probably one of the better spots to go when you're starting out. That road was windy, it was gravel, but it's really a nice spot because either way you go, you're going to hit tunnels and beautiful canyons, and it really goes along the brook too, this beautiful babbling brook. And here's my Harley riding e-biker.
Yeah. You could tell when I'm going on a bike ride, I got to dress the part. Actually, I'm proud of myself. This is the first time I'm not wearing
Wow,
the
no
same
yellow
outfit going on bike riding, because we're on a trail that we're essentially going to have 0.0 traffic, so I don't have to worry about getting killed.
We're
Famous
good.
last words: if it happens, make sure you put this on the channel, honey. Showing how wrong you can be sometimes.
Oh my God, don't even talk like that. So we're just about unloaded and ready to roll. Perfect day. So this part of the trail was probably my favorite. We actually started at Mystic Trailhead, which is right here. And the cool thing is you've got a lot of tunnels around. So what we did was we went down to about Tunnel A, so that's about 3 miles out, and then 3 miles back. And then we headed up and saw Tunnel C, went through Rochford, Tunnel D, and we ended up at Dumont Trailhead. That's where we had lunch. So from here to Mystic is about an 18-mile ride. So we did about 36, add another 6 on. That's about 42 miles for this trip. But it's a nice, slow pace, and we had e-bikes. And the beauty was we got to see these 4 tunnels and this babbling brook that runs along the trail. 4 years ago, this is how we came up here. Not with this group, but another group, a bike shop that actually dropped us off. We brought our recumbents with us. So 4 years ago, we did have a bike shop take us up to the Dumont Trailhead, which is right about here. And if you look at the elevation, it was pretty much all downhill. Now, we had our recumbents at the time, and that was great, but going uphill, this was rough. But it's not that long. And then it's all downhill again until you get to Hill City, and that's where our car was parked. Can't beat that. All downhill, little up, got to get some workout, and then downhill right at the end. This time we have our e-bikes. Beautiful Babbling Creek all the way. Now we do have a section that it's actually gated, so you got to make sure that you close it after you go through. You can hear the babbling brook. So I stopped here in Rochford for the Trailhead, a little potty break, a little snack break. One of many trails along the way, and down the road is actually Rochford. A quirky little town, very interesting. So we might stop and get some ice cream on the way back. So we've got a little delay here, a little accident.
Do you want to walk backwards ever so slightly?
It's mark on my helmet.
Oh, your derailleur is
As Paul is closing the gate, lost balance and the bike went down.
yeah. Oh, in the front there. You need a screwdriver or something? I can dig it out. I got him.
Of
You
course.
got the bike?
Of course, Mark has them. Mark to the rescue.
Yeah.
Just a matter of bending out.
Yeah, I think it's okay. It's not going to hit now. That's the only thing that I'm...
So we just came off the Mickelson Trail. We're on the Dumont Trailhead. And nestled back here in the shade. It's a really nice little area for our picnic. Perfect. So along the way there's all kinds of information posted. A lot of cool history around here. There are 4 hard rock tunnels which were blasted a long time ago through the hillsides, and they have now been restored.
Go, Linda, go, Linda. This headlight I'd have gone on gives off about as much light as a cigarette.
So this has been driving Brian crazy. What is in there? All of a sudden you hear growling. Rrr. Is it deep?
Oh, is that nice and cool?
Not bad.
Wow. See it, how bright it gets in here? It's pretty cool.
Oh my.
Oh, look at that.
Oh my. You could shelter
They're
yourself.
taking pictures of our butts probably sticking out.
That was their air conditioning.
What are you guys, 10 years old?
It's really pretty. It's all the colors are right here. It doesn't go very deep.
Can you
it's like
stand
an air
it?
conditioning.
Can you stand it?
No, probably
No.
not.
Well, you can see in there.
You can go check it out. We would show you the video, but you're a bunch of wimps, so we're not going to share.
Yeah, but it'll be on the channel, so I'll just wait.
Looking for ice cream in Rockford, and here we have the unveiling of the new t-shirt Paul bought. That is nice. Where'd you get it? Confess. Come on, share.
I got it at Granite Sports in Hill City, South Dakota, 605-574-2121. You can't beat it, folks.
Yeah, no kidding. We're there. We're there. I gotta have it.
Here's a picture of Rockford.
And now we're gonna stop and have our ice cream. This is our treat for being such good bikers.
Population 8. Do you realize we almost double the population just being here?
Oh my gosh, it is population 8. It's the small of America. How fun. In the late 1800s, gold was discovered, so people flocked to the Rochford area. 2 years later, the town had a population of 500, including a few doctors, 3 saloons, 6 stores, and 100 homes. But by the 1950s, the town started to decline, and today, the town survives solely on tourism. Population 8. I see, it's all right there.
Do you want 1 lump or 2?
Okay.
And the root beer is over here.
Oh my
There's
gosh.
also cream soda, orange soda.
This our own private dining room too. Wow. And we're back on the trail going through Tunnel C before we get to Mystic Trailhead where our cars are. Wow. Woo. It is so dark in here. Especially with sunglasses on. Wow. What a bonus. You get the cliffs, you get the tunnel, and then the bridge. And now I am stopping to put my phone down. Check out this beautiful view.
Check out the Chan Man.
Is the Chan Man coming? Ah, check out the Chan Man coming over.
Oh, look at you. You got good camera.
I kill myself.
Oh my God.
So this is what happens when your GoPro battery, when you forget 2 of them, and then you don't put your glasses on when you're fiddling with the controls and you format your SD card.
And we're at the end of our ride with over 37 miles put on, and it took us almost 6 hours. So here we started at the Mystic Trailhead. Oh, there goes Mark. You can see how far it is to Rochford and Hill City. I do have to say, it's been 4 years since we've been on the Mickelson Trail, the first time we were on it. And we always thought this is the best, but we thought we were kind of romanticizing it because we were just getting started in 2017. This is our first sort of big stop out in this area. So we thought after 4 years, will we still think it's as wonderful as we did 4 years ago? And the answer is we do think it's a fantastic trail, still my top one. But if anybody else has some awesome trails somewhere in the U.S. that we should be checking out, please let us know, because I think that's going to be one of our missions, just to find some really cool variety of trails. So, all right. Thanks for watching. See you next week. All right, bikes are loaded. Got them all in. And that is that for the Mickelson Trail.
It's perfect. And if I end up doing the voiceover, what I'll do is I'll stop the film and I'll do a commercial on the new nose clippers that I bought. And I'll say,
But that you haven't used yet.
yeah, and I'll say, about what you're about to see is the reason why I bought this. And then while it's playing, there'll be the